Hey guys, welcome to episode 130 of OG Toys. I'm OG. Today, we're taking a look at Star Wars. The Star Wars universe is getting invaded by OG Toys. Now, I put a video up a little while ago regarding my Comic-Con C4 haul. And during that haul video, of course, I showed you some of my Star Wars stuff I've picked up. They got amazing sales going on right now for Star Wars stuff here in Canada. And I picked up a bunch of figures, dirt cheap. And just shared it with you guys and put it out there. If you guys want to see some Star Wars reviews, let me know. I'm always open to taking a look at other items to review. And Star Wars, of course, has been one of my favorite toy lines since I was a kid myself, such a long time ago. And I absolutely love Star Wars. Who doesn't love Star Wars? You got everything you could possibly want. You got creatures, you got lightsabers, you got armies, troopers, everything you could think of, spaceships. It's pretty awesome. So I threw it out there. If you guys want to see some Star Wars, let me know. And the response has been very positive. You want to see Star Wars, so I'm more than happy to oblige. So the first figure I want to take a look at is probably my favorite character in the Star Wars universe, and that's Darth Maul. My second favorite is Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love Obi-Wan Kenobi. Him and Darth Maul are basically like the polar opposites of good versus evil, Sith versus Jedi, and of course, Obi-Wan is the one who took his life. Well, we thought he took his life in, of course, Phantom Menace, but if you've been watching Clone Wars, Darth Maul is back, and he's got robot chicken legs, and he's pretty badass still. A little psychotic, but he's back, and he's definitely a force to be reckoned with, so to speak. So, let's take a look at this guy here. Now, Darth Maul, of course, has been represented numerous times in action figure form. Some have been absolutely spectacular, and some have been absolutely crap, and I can't even imagine people buying them, but people buy them. This figure definitely is amazing. He is, without a doubt, the definitive version of Darth Maul. Of course, he's from the Star Wars Vintage Collection, and the Vintage Collection has the amazing packaging, the retro packaging, the retro packaging that harkens back to the days of the original Star Wars stuff made by Kenner. And unfortunately, this saddens me deeply. The Vintage Collection is going to come to an end. The Star Wars Vintage Collection will be put on hiatus for a while. Hasbro's going to focus on, I don't know what, probably more Clone Wars, which ain't too bad. But the last little while, the Clone Wars stuff has not been up to snuff, in my opinion. But who knows? Maybe they're going to come out with something even better than the Vintage line. I doubt it. But hey, think positive, right? You never know. So first thing I want to show you guys is, of course, the packaging, because it's pretty cool. So you got the classic Star Wars Phantom Menace. You even got the old Kenner logo on it. I love the way they do that. And of course, hey, look at that. You could have won a life-size Darth Maul statue signed by George Lucas and more. Didn't bother with it, because the chances of winning, pretty slim to none. But this is Darth Maul, of course, in package. This is rare. I usually don't keep stuff in package, but I actually bought two of these guys, because I wanted to keep one in this nice, beautiful vintage package, because it just looks cool. And they're cheap enough. Basically, two of these figures cost me the price of one figure. So I got an awesome deal on it. And on the back, you got some pics of some of the other figures in the lineup. Some figures like this are absolute pay warmers, and I don't think they're ever going to sell. And I don't know why they keep making these figures that really no one really wants. Keep on with the good stuff, guys. And of course, you got some ships here. And I've never been a big fan of the ships. I don't know why. Even when I was a kid, never bothered buying any of the ships, really. Just focus on the action figures. Maybe a couple play sets like Dagobah or the Hoth battle scene, planet, whatever. That was about it. I prefer Lego, to tell you the truth, for my ships. And I get my Star Wars Lego fix. And I'm good with that. So, now let's take a closer look at the actual figure himself. I'm just going to take this awesome double-A lightsaber out of his hand for a moment. And as you can see, he's in the dark Sith robes. Very dark. He's got a bit of a shiny gloss black robe there. And of course, he's got the soft goods, the cloth material, which is great. And what's even better, all this stuff can come off too. So you got this hood, which actually does fit quite nicely on Darth Maul. The hood can come off very easily. There you go. And check out that head sculpt. Very badass. And I love the way they made these horns. This is the first time we've really seen him with protruding horns coming out of his head. Usually there's little stubs, but these, yeah, he's got some horns going on in his head. And the only thing you're going to notice here on the figure, if you're like a major stickler like I am, he doesn't have that earring in his ear. He usually has a piercing up on his ear here, and he doesn't have it. And I checked both sides, of course. Nothing. I mean, not a big deal. Holy crap. I'm being geeky and nitpicky there, but, you know, my 12-inch figure has it from Sideshow, and it's pretty awesome. But this one doesn't. Not a big deal, but still, would have been nice. So there you go. Now the robe. Let's take this guy's robe off. Da-dum. The robe here, you know, it's tattered, it's beat up, it's very thin, it's translucent, you can see through it, but it gets the job done. You know, it suits its purpose. It's a robe, it's a Sith robe, it's dark Jedi, kind of took some hacking at it maybe, and it's a little frayed at the ends here, and it looks pretty cool actually. Now the figure itself is unbelievable. Now this is a classic Darth Maul. And we compare some of the other Star Wars figures, you can even realize Darth Maul's a short guy. Ray Parks, who played him, I guess wasn't the tallest guy in the Sith Armada, but you know what? He did an amazing job. They really captured his scale, I guess, comparing it to some of the other Darth Mauls, you know, which I'm going to do in a moment. He's actually quite short compared to your Obi-Wan, or even, of course, your Qui-Gon Jinn. But the figure itself is unbelievable. He has so much articulation, which Star Wars figures are definitely known for. He's got his ball-jointed head, which has a bit of movement there. Ball-jointed shoulder. Got a ball joint and a 360 swivel at the elbow. 360 at the wrists. Waist articulation. And you lift his skirt up. You can see... Oh yeah, he's got a ball joint there. He can do some crazy kicks in the face. He's got another 360 ball joint right at his knee, and he's even got ankle articulation. So the guy is maxed out with articulation, and it looks just awesome. Whoops. Sorry guys, Darth Maul took a header. And weapon-wise, this is what he comes with. You have an unignited blade here, a lightsaber hilt, which of course can peg into his belt. You got his binoculars, so he can see what's going on. Of course, remember this from Phantom Menace. He's checking out Tatooine. He's on Tatooine checking out what's going on, looking for Jedi. There you go. And of course, his iconic double-bladed lightsaber, which can separate a small little peg, plug it into there. Bam, you got a big-ass lightsaber. Or you got two lightsabers. Very cool. Now, like I said, you can get this guy into some amazing poses, and he can hold his blades quite well. Securely in his hands, no issues with them flopping out or anything like that. You know, you can do whatever you want. You can get some crazy action poses like he's taking on Jedi. Very cool looking action figure. Now, as I said earlier in the video, I want to show you some other Darth Mauls. Well, one in particular, because... this one here is probably one of my other favorite versions of him, but this, hands down, is the best version of Darth Maul, in my opinion. But I'm going to show you this other Jedi, right over here. And I picked this one up ages ago, a couple years ago, and it was like maybe $4. And I definitely love this figure. Let's take a look at the packaging. Of course, it's just totally beat up here for this massive price tag they had on there, and it ripped a little bit. And it's still sticky, which sucks, but this is an awesome figure. I do have actually the original of this figure, which came in a Sith 3-pack. I got him right here, and there's a bit of a difference between the two. Now this one, of course, no shirt. He's got tons of tattoos. Really cool looking face sculpt as well. Very evil. It looks very cool. Of course, with his double-bladed lightsaber as well. And you get him some amazing poses as well. His articulation is almost identical to that Darth Maul, except he has an ab crunch articulation right there at the ball joint. Now this figure, we'll take a look. Two of them side by side. Height-wise, this guy is just a hair taller. Just a little bit taller. But they're both badass figures. They look absolutely amazing. Now, between these two guys here, you're going to notice a difference. Well, I noticed it. His chest. His chest is definitely brighter than his arms. His arms look like he's wearing sleeves or, maybe body armor or something. It does not look like skin because it's such a different tone. But the face and the chest match perfectly. And, of course, on this one, the face is much brighter than his chest and his arms. Thought about doing some sort of custom on it, but really don't want to take a chance of screwing this guy up because he has such intricate details throughout his entire body. But I'm pretty happy with him anyways. He looks really cool. So there you go, guys. First Star Wars review, Darth Maul, Star Wars Vintage Collection from Phantom Menace. Awesome figure. If you ever get a chance to see this guy, pick him up. You're not going to be disappointed. He's one of the coolest Star Wars figures that I own personally, and give him the absolute highest recommendation. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, rate, comment, subscribe. We got lots of reviews coming up. We're going to be focusing on a bit more Star Wars, some Master of the Universe, we got some Lego coming up, another World of Warcraft set, and some Halo as well. Yep, Halo. I'm also thinking about maybe jumping into some video game reviews. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. Video game reviews on OG Toys? What? Maybe? Yeah? No? We'll see. Alright guys, take it easy. We'll see you soon.